I remember when I first started deadlifting and really getting serious into it. It was about October 2012, a little over a year ago. I got my first barbell set for the house. And I started taking these lifts kind of seriously because I figured, hey, I should be able to get strong at this stuff. I know strong lifts was getting kind of popular, and I was kind of messing around with the idea of following strong lifts. And when I started deadlifting in October, my max was somewhere around 275. And not because my legs and back weren't strong enough, it's because of my grip. I couldn't hold the grip. And part of that was because I just wasn't trained, I wasn't practicing enough, I just didn't have the feel for it. And now, fast forward a year later, from a 275-pound deadlift, I went up to 500 pounds for 2 reps, 505. And I kind of want to share some of my experience, and as well as kind of share my my success and just some stuff that I did. One of the things is, first of all, I want to enjoy kind of the ability to be able to deadlift 500 pounds. I mean, by any stretch of the imagination, if you're watching this, you might be able to deadlift 500 pounds. Not really that big of a deal, but for some people, for me, it's a big deal. And the reason why is because, in October of 2012, I could barely hold 315 pounds. I got it up, but it was literally like I had to work my ass off. I had to squeeze the bar as hard as I could, and then I had to lift. And it was only like a 6-inch movement, like a rack pull. And one of the things that allowed me to really get strong was working and practicing and watching videos. Essentially, I'm a nerd. I'm a deadlift nerd. And I just started watching these videos, watching Mark Bell, following along Dan Green, Stan Efferding, and then recently Brandon Lilly, Andy Bolton, all these big powerlifters, watching Ed Cohn videos. And it's really inspiring to just see these guys rip the weight off the ground. 6, 7, 800, 900, 1,000 pounds. The thing is fucking crazy nuts. And it was really motivating. I watched these guys lift, and it really motivated me to really push myself and really just go for it. Because I'm not really good at a lot of sports. I'm a personal trainer. I train people, but it's not that doesn't make me a professional athlete. It doesn't make me really gifted in any really particular sport. I was never really good in sports. I know I was really strong, but one of the respectable lifts, was either bench press, squat, or deadlift. And I was never really good at squatting because of my flexibility. And bench, I'd always run into some problems with my shoulder. I'm also not a humongous person, so typically, I'm not small, but definitely not a big person. I can't. It's going to be hard for me to bench over 300 pounds, just because of my shoulder issues, and just something that just keeps coming. And when I started deadlifting more, what happened was I got strong really quick. My bench press got easier, and I just found I got stronger. And you know what? I kept working on my technique. I kept getting better, and I found that I just got better at it. And the way I got better was just practice, practice, practice. So some of the things that I kind of want to share that kind of helped me the most was definitely rack pulls. Those were like one of the first things that really got me to really deadlift more weight, because my weakest point in my body was the grip. But even if the grip is not your weakness, just the fact that you're pulling off a short range of motion on deadlift, what it does, it allows your nervous system to get adjusted to being able to tolerate heavy weights, even if it is just for a partial lift. I remember pulling like 385 for a rack pull, and then about a few days later, about a week later, I was able to deadlift 385, which I've never done before. And the reason why I was able to do that was because the rack pull helped me fire up my nervous system. It got my body ready to lift the weight. So either doing rack pulls or block pulls, if you look at some of my videos or you just look on YouTube for block pulls or rack pulls, you can see examples of kind of how to do these exercises. And all they are kind of deadlifts and short ranges of motion. And why do you want to do short ranges of motion? Well, you want to train different aspects of your lift. Some people are strong at the top, some people are strong at the bottom. And it's just kind of a way, because full deadlifts with heavy deadlifts on your whole body, like full range, is very hard on the body. It really is, especially if you're training in 90%. But I pulled that 500. I'm probably not going to try to pull 500 for another week or two. I'm going to try to do the 500-pound rep challenge for Omar Isuf, and probably at the end of next week, because the deadline's the 11/15. But again, you just got to mess around with these things. Rack pulls, deficit deadlifts. For people with grip problems and some kind of posture issues or lockout, you want to do like rack pulls or block pulls. If you're having trouble breaking weight off the ground, deficits are the way to go. Getting a mat or something to stand on that's about 1 inch tall, That way you can have to pull from a wider range of motion, so it decreases or just increases the range of motion, makes you work more of your lower back, and makes you kind of force you to get in a better position from that lower range. Anyway, it's just a little short video. I wanted to put something up there. If you want to comment or make suggestions, something I can talk about, I'd really appreciate it, so I get some ideas. I'm going to do some working out tomorrow, so I'll be able to film some video. I'll post some stuff up. Anyways, thanks for watching, and I'll see you later.